Hey Canucks fans, we are 1 week away from the final decision of free agent Andrei Kuzmenko, and Canucks fans are still holding out hope that it's Vancouver he chooses. I am Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Saturday, June the 18th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Because who else vlogs from the top of a tower overlooking Helsingborg, Sweden? Yes, you guys know I'm in Sweden. I'm here for the World Youth Bowling Championships that my son Jacob is representing Canada in. Bit of a debacle getting here, as you guys know, and we are still waiting for Jacob's bowling balls. So hopefully they arrive on any Air Canada flight. I'll take any flight. Hopefully they arrive in the next couple of days so he has them for the start of his tournament. Thanks to everyone who joined me for a live stream last night, or actually it was this morning, last night for you guys. It was 7 a.m. in Sweden time to make my usual 10 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and I appreciate all of you joining me for that, of course, and saying hello. It's nice to see some familiar, or at least not, I didn't see you, but to read some messages from some familiar names. Finally, today's Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday. That means you can ask me anything. Go to my community tab now and leave me a question for tomorrow's Ask Me Anything vlog. Now it's kind of tricky navigating the 9-hour time difference between Vancouver and Helsingborg, but I'm making it work. Helsingborg is a beautiful port town on the southwestern tip of Sweden, or southwestern area of Sweden, and you can see one of the main streets below me, behind me right now. Okay, the talk of the Canucks town is highly sought after, highly touted free agent Andrei Kuzmenko. 26-year-old winger, played in the KHL for the past few years on SKA St. Petersburg, the same team that Podkolzin played on. So they played together for 2 years actually. And we know that he's probably the most sought after free agent this year. At least he's definitely the most sought after non-NHL player, because there's hardly any of those guys. But yes, the Canucks are in the Final Four or Final Five. We know that Kuzmenko spent a couple days in the States. Then he went up to Edmonton, where they tried to woo him by taking him to Joey's. And then he spent Thursday and Friday in Vancouver with his agent, Dan Milstein. And they were taken to the Blue Water Cafe by the Canucks management group. And the Canucks management group always does a really good job of trying to impress, sway free agents, players. Doesn't always work, but at least they spare no expense in trying to convince them to come to Vancouver. By the way, an interesting side note about the agent Dan Milstein. I follow him on Instagram, at least I started to, and he actually tweeted a picture saying something like, in Canada it still has COVID, can't wait to get back to the United States where common sense prevails. And that's, I think, the first time I've ever heard someone say that common sense prevails in the United States, especially in comparison to Canada. But to each his own. I'm sure that'll get some play from some people. In fact, I've already seen some people tweet about it. Anyways, Kuzmenko was here. And the cool thing is, my understanding is Boudreau actually met with Kuzmenko last week as well in Michigan. I think that was Patrick Alvin was there as well, along with Boudreau, and met with Kuzmenko and his agents. So to have that meeting last week, and then to have this meeting with Kuzmenko in Vancouver just yesterday, that's 2 meetings in the span of just over a week, or about a week. That's a good sign. Maybe that's because the Boudreau wasn't going to make it all the way to Vancouver. Whatever the reason was, the fact that they met with him twice, that's good. Now, they weren't able to give him a signed Wayne Gretzky jersey like Edmonton did, but I'm sure they sold Kuzmenko on the city. How can you not choose Vancouver over Edmonton? The opportunity to make an immediate impact in the top 9 or top 6, and of course, not only the opportunity, but the chance for growth with this team as part of that opportunity. Now, I'm not going to spend time comparing Vancouver to Edmonton or Vancouver to Vegas or other teams it sounds like that Kuzmenko is leaning towards. But a lot of people on the live stream ask, well, who can Kuzmenko play with? Who would he line up with? Now he's a winger, so he wouldn't take, and we're still trying to figure out our center situation between Miller, Pettersson, and Horvat, of course. But could you reunite the Lotto line, for instance, of Besser, Pettersson, and Miller, and then put Kuzmenko on the second line? In essence, replace Tanner Pearson and have a second line of Horvat, Kuzmenko, and Garland. That is one option. Another option would be to break up Miller and Petey. I'm not sure if you want to do that, because then do you want to have Horvat centering a third line. To me, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Do you move PD to a wing, but you can have Kuzmenko to play with a PD or a Miller as well. Another option would be to start him on the third line. So you keep your top six of the Lotto line of some sort, Horvat, Garland, and Podkolzin or Pearson, depending on who you want. Remember, it was mostly Pearson's spot, and then Podkolzin only played there when Pearson was injured at the end of the season. So, for instance, you could play Kuzmenko with Podkolzin on a third line, centered by Jason Dickinson. Maybe that's not your cup of tea. Maybe you want him with a more, a more offensive-minded center. Regardless, there are options for Kuzmenko if he picks the Vancouver Canucks. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to give him, remember, nothing's been decided yet, but we can speculate, we can project, we can have fun, we can be optimistic. So maybe he comes in as a power play contributor already, maybe not the first unit, but maybe he gets a shot on the second unit, and maybe he has to work his way up. Maybe he's given an opportunity to play in the top six right away. And it really depends also who's here. When the season starts, is Besser still here? Yes, I think he will be. They'll at least qualify him if they can't work out an extension. But is JT Miller still going to be in the lineup? Is Connor Garland still going to be in the lineup? So there's some options there, and there might be an opportunity for him to fill in a top six winger role even sooner than he expected. That's not me saying that I want Miller to go. That's not me saying that I want Garland to go. I would love all those guys to still be here, to have a top six of PD, Miller, Besser, Horvat, Garland, and then Podkolzin, Pearson, or Kuzmenko. And the other two of those three then form a third line with Dickinson. And then you got Hoglander still, you have Lamico, you have Highmore, and then someone like Lockwood. And already you can see, if the Canucks don't even sign anyone new, that you already have your 12 forward spots filled, but maybe they also sign someone new as well. So all to say, I'm excited. We're going to hear, hopefully by the end of next week, so by Friday, we're going to hear Andrei Kuzmenko's final decision, and we're all hoping that it's indeed the Vancouver Canucks. I'm going to try and get a few hours of rest now, and then I want to get up I want to watch game 2. I want to watch Tampa, I want to watch Colorado. Still trying to figure out how to do that. So if you're from Sweden or from Europe and I want to watch it legally and I don't want to pay for it, because there's no point in me subscribing for something that I'm not going to use 2 weeks from now. So if you have an option of how to watch the game, tell me in the comments below as well, and make sure it's free and make sure it's legal. And give me a score prediction too. I'm going to predict another, I'm going to go 5, no, that seems that, no, I'm going to be bold. I'm going to say 5-3 Colorado. So in the comments below, put down 2 things. Your score prediction for today's game, I'm going 5-3 Colorado, and also you can tell me what you think of the Canucks' chances to land Andrei Kuzmenko, and if so, where would you start him to start the season? Shout out to my sponsors, Perform and Transform, Personal Training and Weight Loss, and Advanced City Experts Real Estate Group, Jason Lim and his team, and to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Just Incredible, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame members Jens95, simalexander, Chris Seifert, Adam Broomfield, Shannon Hollingworth, HSN Fangirl Gaming, Smooth Groove, and Carol Bovenlander. Thank you for your support as always, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You're listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or my videos on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to. Leave a tip, a super thanks if you like this view, if you like the video, if you'd like to become a member or upgrade if you'd like to, and definitely leave a comment with your score prediction of Game 2 of the finals and where you think Kuzmenko could play if he signs with the Vancouver Canucks. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.